is Mont Blanc Explorer as good as Aventus? How do they really compare? I'm going to compare them for you guys today. 3, 2, 1, let's do this. Hi, my name is Monika Cioch, and on this channel we talk about fragrances. So if you're interested in fragrances at all, press that subscribe button and the notification bell to get notified of my latest videos, and let's get on with today's video. Many of you have asked me to review Mont Blanc Explorer, and the reason why I think most of you have asked me is because it's a known dupe for Aventus from Creed, and Aventus is a very popular but very expensive fragrance. Also, they seem to have issues with different batches smelling a bit differently. For the purpose of this video, I've got a Creed Aventus on this little strip here because I don't own it. I'm not the biggest fan, let's say. I wasn't the biggest fan when I first smelled it. I had to train myself to like it really, but yeah, so that's the reason I don't own it. So I had to go to town and spray it on this little scent strip, and I have got actually Mont Blanc Explorer, and I have smelled it a lot on my husband in the past 2 weeks. He's been really testing it out for me, which is great because I got to smell the longevity of it, also the performance, everything to go with this fragrance. So I really enjoy the bottle actually. It is really cool. I like this leather, it's not leather obviously, but it's leather-like feeling material, and this little logo here. It's very minimalistic. I really like the cap, even though it's not the highest quality, but it's still good quality for like a designer fragrance. I really love the design. I think it's quite unique. I love that they have followed through from the cap design at the front here to the back. So for the bottle, I would give this a 9 out of 10 because I really like it. I like minimalistic design, and I think it's very good. So let's go into the atomizer and spray it again on this strip. Whoop. So I would say this is not the best atomizer I have ever seen or been sprayed with, but it's okay. I would give it a 7 out of 10. You saw that it's a bit like it doesn't spray the same each time you spray. Sometimes it glitches almost. It doesn't disperse the fragrance in an even way, and sometimes it does. So it's not the best. 7 out of 10, but it's maybe actually 6 out of 10. For the atomizer. And I must say that the atomizer, although I don't have the bottle, but the atomizer on the Aventus is really good. I really enjoy it. I have sprayed it loads. Let's get on to the actual smell of these two fragrances and how do they actually compare. So I have the notes here in front of me, just to help me a little, just from like smelling it. It's a very masculine, very attractive scent, this Mont Blanc Explorer. Very citrusy at the top. I do like patchouli, and this has got patchouli in this. Definitely it's very distinct. I feel like it might have some like chemicals that are quite strong and make it project at the beginning. I must say that it's a very alpha male sort of scent, you know, and it's a very fresh scent, very masculine. It's lovely. For me, I'm not like the biggest fan. Like my taste is not these type of fragrances, but I appreciate them on others, and I do like them. So yeah, definitely I get a very strong bergamot like opening. Having said that, it's a very synthetic kind of scent. You can smell that the fragrance is just not a natural fragrance. It is more of a constructed fragrance with loads of aroma chemicals. I really enjoy it though. I really enjoyed the opening of this, the fresh citrus bergamot. Bergamot is one of the best openings to me personally. Like that bergamot smelling opening is incredibly refreshing, zingy, zesty. It's beautiful. But yeah, it's a very nice scent actually. Very attractive, very good for just every day, I feel like. Now let's go on to Aventus or Aventus, how a lot of people say it. Here you've got pineapple, of course, bergamot, blackcurrant, apple, heart, rose, dry, birch, Moroccan jasmine, and patchouli, based oak moss, musk, ambergris or ambergris, and vanilla. So this is again a very lovely scent, and I do get the similarities between these two. Both of these have got a fresh bergamot pineapple. Well, this one has got a pineapple sort of opening, and this one, they both do share a bergamot fresh opening, which is very nice. And this one, Mont Blanc Explorer, is definitely more of a zesty opening than the fruity Aventus one. But as they settle down later down the line, they are very, very similar. And I think they are indeed very good dupes. Well, they are. Mont Blanc is definitely a good dupe for Aventus Creed, just because you've got that patchouli note that is very, very masculine. You've got the woody notes. So in Aventus, you've got birch, and in the Mont Blanc, you've got the vetiver and the woody notes. So they are very similar in the scent profile. I would say they're very masculine. Aventus smells even more masculine, I would say, than the Mont Blanc Explorer, just because it's got that ambergris, vanilla, and oak moss, and those notes are, to me, they smell extremely masculine. I would struggle to have them being put in a female fragrance, because they are very, very foresty, very, very masculine, kind of strong notes that are often used in to achieve that alpha male fragrance or scent in a fragrance. To my nose, the differences are mainly that this Mont Blanc Explorer is definitely a bit more zesty. So if you do prefer that zestiness more than a fruitiness, then definitely go for this one. In terms of scent, I actually do prefer the Mont Blanc Explorer to Aventus. I think it's just a personal preference of the top notes especially, and I just really like how it settles on the skin. My husband has worn both of these fragrances, and I really do actually like the scent of Mont Blanc Explorer a tiny bit more than Aventus, and the price difference is huge. So for Mont Blanc Explorer, I would give it a 7.5 out of 10, and for Aventus, 7. Just because me personally, I'm not a huge fan of these type of fragrances, but I still think they're very, very masculine, very attractive to the opposite sex. And I have seen women go absolutely crazy for both of these fragrances, so I do get it. I do get the scent profile, and that it's very attractive, the longevity and projection of these two. So I must say that this is where these two fragrances really kind of separate into directions. So Mont Blanc Explorer, it's a good scent, it's very similar to Aventus, but longevity and projection are really lacking. They are not great. You have to spray loads and loads of sprays to really be smelt. You can only be smelt very well and have like a little scent bubble around you for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Later down the line, it's very faint longevity. It's more like 4 hours. It's not great, guys. It's not great. But for the price, if you're getting this a small one, I mean, it's very inexpensive, and you will maybe be mistaken for smelling like Creed Aventus, whereas Creed Aventus, in most cases, because it depends on the batch, definitely, because you kind of have to be lucky which batch are you going to buy and how long lasting and how projecting the fragrance will be. So that is the kind of gamble you take on Aventus, and you will be spending much more money on this. But in general, the projection and the lasting power of Aventus is very good. I have even worn it and tested it, and I have experienced about 7 hours of longevity, so it's definitely longer than this. And projection it's quite large actually. You get a good scent flow around you and you will be smelled. So that is really where I would think about which one do you want to get, because scent profile wise they're similar, but are you willing to respray this fragrance a lot of times during the day or not? So for longevity and projection, I'm going to put them both in the same category. Actually, at this time I'm going to give 5 out of 10 to Mont Blanc Explorer, and for Aventus I will give it an 8 out of 10 because it's not beast mode, at least in my experience. Some batches are, but in my experience it's not beast mode, but it's very, very good. Who would I see this fragrance for, and what kind of occasion I would wear this to? So this fragrance, it's perfect day-to-day fragrance because of its scent projection that is not immense, so you can wear it to an office and smell extremely attractive, extremely fresh. It's a very flattering fragrance, if you can say that about a fragrance. So I would totally wear it to an office. It could be an everyday scent. It's inexpensive enough to wear every single day and also respray yourself. I also do appreciate the leather-like packaging because that will make sure that the glass bottle is kind of protected if you just throw it into your bag. So I don't know if they meant to do this, but I think that it's just a very good thing, because a lot of the time if you need to grab your bottle and respray it during the day, your bottle will get scratched, and that is not a nice thing to have happen when you're spending a lot of money on your fragrance. So that is a good thing. I would also see it on a guy, very masculine, very confident guy, very self-assured, very confident in himself. This scent also will give you loads of compliments, but just make sure to reapply it quite often. Overall, I do think it's a very, very good fragrance. I do enjoy smelling it on a lot. An overall score for this fragrance, I would give it a 7.5. It's a very good fragrance, not my favorite, but I do get the hype, and I think it's totally an acceptable dupe for Creed Aventus. Let me know which fragrance do you guys prefer out of these two, Aventus and Mont Blanc Explorer, and which fragrances I should compare next in the comments down below. And I'm going to read out a comment from one of you guys, because if you didn't know, I do read your comments and I do shout them out in each of my videos. So if you're subscribed and press that notification bell, I will read your comment out. Today, the comment of the day is from James Peterson. Not long been subscribed to your channel and I'm really enjoying these videos. Switching the content up in the video was a nice surprise. Congrats on the ever-growing subscribers. Thank you so much, James. Thank you for appreciating my last vlog. I have done an extra video just to, show you a bit of my life, and I have really actually enjoyed that video doing it, so definitely check it out. It's a bit different to my usual sort of review. Remember, if you love something, just wear it, no matter if it's marketed towards men or women, just wear it. And I'll see you all again very, very, very soon. Bye guys.